Welcome to AC 24/7. I'm Aaron Dean. This summer, it's starting out as one of the hottest in recorded world history. And as the Advocate Channel's Amy Kiley reports, this heat, it's costing billions of dollars.
The climate crisis is upon us.
A new report shows last month was the hottest June on record globally, and ocean surface temperatures hit new highs for the third straight month. July is racking up new records, too. Heat advisories and warnings continue in much of the U.S. today. Scientists say Europe is under a heat dome, and now NASA is predicting next year will be even hotter.
I think the public is growing in awareness. I think that's really important.
A recent study shows rising temperatures are causing about $1 billion in U.S. healthcare expenses each summer, not to mention the cost of energy, wildfires, and lost crops.
You'll get a big old white spot. It just burns a hole in the tomato. Tomatoes and apples are really the worst.
If we had not mulched all these trees and individually watered them 3 times while it was dry, a large percent of them would not have made it.
Scientists say even small steps can help, like using reusable water bottles or walking instead of driving.
If we work fast and work hard over the next 7 or 8 years, we will definitely be able to keep climate from becoming the dominant thing that really wrecks our environment and our economy.
I'm Amy Kiley reporting.
A new study by Virginia Commonwealth University and the Center for American Progress found that soaring temperatures will be responsible for an additional 235,000 emergency room visits, as well as 56,000 hospital admissions each year. That's about $1 billion in additional health care costs. The CDC says an average of 700 people die from heat exposure each year. And as the National Weather Service says, among weather-related deaths, heat is the #1 killer. The House subcommittee investigating Republicans' claims of weaponization of the federal government against conservatives heard from Democratic presidential candidate Robert F. Kennedy Jr., who regularly embarrasses his own party and even his family by spreading misinformation and conspiracy theories.
Democratic presidential candidate and spreader of vaccine misinformation, Robert Kennedy Jr., invited to testify on Capitol Hill.
Don't misuse my words.
It's the witness's time. Do not censor the witness.
I'm not censoring the witness. I'm not censoring the witness. He's still talking.
In a testy hearing on censorship, with Kennedy telling the committee his views are protected speech.
The First Amendment was not written for easy speech. It was written for the speech that nobody likes you for.
Democrats accused Republican leadership of giving Kennedy's dangerous rhetoric a platform in Congress.
That's not just supporting free speech. They have co-signed on idiotic, bigoted messaging. It's a conscious choice.
Regarding Kennedy's blatant lies, where he said COVID-19 is targeted to attack Caucasians and Black people. The people who are most immune are Ashkenazi Jews and Chinese. Today, Kennedy brazenly claimed,
I'm under oath. In my entire life, I have never uttered a phrase that was either racist or anti-Semitic. I have spent my life fighting my professional career, fighting for Israel.
But the CEO of the American Jewish Committee called his prior remarks deeply offensive and incredibly dangerous. Kennedy repeatedly claimed he didn't say things that are in fact on camera.
I've never been anti-vaccine, but everybody in this room probably believes that I have been, because that's the prevailing narrative. I have never told the public avoid vaccination.
But Kennedy has attacked safe vaccines, including the COVID-19 vaccine, and promoted false claims like childhood vaccines can lead to autism and that HIV was caused by vaccine research, even saying this on a 2021 podcast.
I see somebody on a hiking trail carrying a little baby, and I say to them, better not get them vaccinated.
Tweet from Mr. Kennedy.
Another key driver for the GOP-led hearing is to call out what they deem was social media censorship of a damning Hunter Biden story.
This was illegal government censorship to protect and prop up Joe Biden on the eve of the 2020 election.
But Democrats argue misinformation is the larger threat.
They want to force social media companies to promote conspiracy theories because they think that's the only way their candidate can win the 2024 election.
Supreme Court Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson has been inducted as an honorary member of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. The announcement was made at the sorority's 56th National Convention in Indianapolis, Indiana. Delta Sigma Theta is one of 9 Black Greek letter organizations known as the Divine Nine, a group that has a history of activism and service in the African American community. No word yet on the fate of the American soldier who dashed into North Korea. The Pentagon says that Private Travis Green is officially AWOL. The Advocate Channel's Christy Lou Stout picks up the story.
North Korea has been silent about Army Private Travis King, who ran across the border into North Korea on Tuesday, and concerns are mounting. The U.S. Army Secretary made her first public comments about the case. Christine Wormuth said the U.S. has mobilized efforts to contact North Korea, including going through United Nations communication channels. Pyongyang has yet to respond. She cited the case of Otto Warmbier, the American college student who died in 2017 shortly after being released by North Korea. She said this, quote, "I worry about how they may treat him, so we want to get him back." Wormuth also said King's motive is unclear, but he, quote, absolutely would have faced consequences for misconduct if he returned to the U.S. as planned. We also heard from the Pentagon. The Pentagon would not say if it believed Travis King was alive. Here's the Pentagon spokesperson.
The Army has launched an investigation into this incident. It's going to be led by Army counterintelligence personnel, and they'll be conducting this in coordination with U.S. Forces Korea. So we, at this moment right now, I can't tell you more about his whereabouts. That's something that the investigation would reveal.
The investigation will be in part looking at where King was between the time he left the airport and when he went on the tour when he crossed into North Korea. Singh said King was not escorted onto his flight because he wasn't in custody when he was at the airport. His escorts weren't allowed to go beyond airport security. She also said that there was no inclination that King's crossing may have been planned with the North Koreans. The Pentagon describes his formal status in the military as AWOL, or absent without leave. This all comes at a time of high tension on the Korean Peninsula. On Wednesday, North Korea fired 2 short-range ballistic missiles just hours after a nuclear-capable U.S. submarine made its first port of call in South Korea in decades. And now Pyongyang has an American soldier in its custody and is not responding to any outreach from the U.S. Christy Lou Stout, CNN, Hong Kong.
The Federal Reserve is building a new instant payment system to help people and companies receive their money faster. It's called the Fed Service Now. It's designed to make safe, real-time payments more widely available, allowing people or businesses to access paychecks or other payments instantly. Right now, only 35 banks and credit unions are certified for the new system. Amazon is bringing its Pay by Palm technology to Whole Foods stores. The system will soon be in more than 500 Whole Foods stores by the end of the year. Amazon rolled out the technology in 2020, and it is currently available in more than 200 Whole Foods stores nationwide. Customers who choose to use Amazon One won't need their wallet or a phone to pay. They can simply hover their palm over an Amazon device. However, not everyone is on board for paying by palm. Some privacy experts have raised concern about Amazon One and sharing biometric data. Thank you for joining us for AC247. For more, go to theadvocatechannel.com and subscribe on the Advocate Channel YouTube page. For AC247, I'm Aaron Dean.